guys, welcome back to my channel. Like I said in my last video, I was gonna put out that review of the whole Once Upon a Broken Heart series. I did just finish that one at the time of recording this today. So I'm very excited to get into this review with you guys. I really enjoyed reading this. I loved it, seeing like a different like story with Jax, because he was like one of my favorite characters in the Caraval series. I don't know, I liked his character and his like character development throughout this whole thing. So yeah, let's get into it. So I'm pretty sure I reviewed at least the first book of the series, Once Upon a Broken Heart, and it basically, you know, how first books go. They usually just like, you know, introduce the character, the setting, and all that crap. And the first one started with Evangeline. She has, you know, a stepsister, stepmom, because her parents had passed away recently. It's kind of like Cinderella vibes in the beginning. Her boyfriend, I don't want to give too much away, but her boyfriend, he decides he actually wants to marry her stepsister, and she's like, what? And like she goes to Jack's church and stuff, and she like basically kind of like prays to him. She's like, please help me, I can't let this happen. And he does help her in a way, but it, you know, like in Once Upon a Time, all magic comes with price, is what Rumpelstiltskin always said. So he helps her in a way, and that kind of like starts their like dynamic, their story. And because he basically like freezes the whole wedding. Everyone is like frozen in time, and she's like, what is going on? This isn't what I wanted. And she drinks poison, and then she's frozen, and it's like this whole thing, and Jack's like, I told you not to do that, and you did it anyway. And he basically just leaves at that point. And then a little while later, it's really interesting that Scarlet and Donatella from the Caraval series, they come in. They're like, hey, we heard what you did, and we thought it was very brave of you to do that, and we want you to represent us at this party in the North. So she is like, sure, why not? So she like goes up there, and she goes to this party. She bumps into Jax, and he calls in his first deal that she made with him in the freezing of the wedding thing. She had to make a deal with him, and that kind of like, it kind of goes on for the first book. You know, we kind of like see who's who, what everyone is like thinking. She ends up marrying the prince, and they find out that her stepsister is actually going to these like witchy stores, and she is getting all these like spell books and stuff. And the whole time Evangelines like, she would never do that. She'd never like, she's not into that stuff. And she kind of like stands up for her stepsister. And is that the right thing for her to do? Who knows? But yeah, I really enjoyed the first one. It's a YA series, so you kind of have to like keep that in mind with like some of the decisions that she makes throughout the way, because YA kind of like makes me like, you know, because they like make such stupid decisions. It's like, are you freaking kidding me, you know? But yeah, so that was the first book. The second one is a little bit more in depth. It's more of like, she's really trying to like find the stones for the arch, I don't know, I call it arc. She's finding the stones for the arc. She needs to open it because Jax wants it open. Does he want it open? Who knows, you know? The second one's called The Ballad of Never After. And in this one, we kind of get more into that story that Evangeline really liked, The Archer and the Fox. And she discovers a different meaning behind it, and it's kind of like played throughout the whole thing. And then by the end of it, something happens where she has two endings. You'll just have to like read it to find out, because I don't want to give too many spoilers away. But I did really, really like this second one, because it kind of like put a new perspective on some of the other characters and what their actual like goals were, and their real intentions, you know. So it was like I really, really enjoyed the second one. Probably more than the first and more than the third. But then we get into the third one, A Curse for True Love. So this one is Evangeline. She's trying to figure out what's going on, what happened, why is she even here in the first place, because something big happens to her in the end of the second one where she doesn't remember how she got here, you know, or she doesn't remember like really the last year of her life. And it's kind of like the prince trying to like tell her, hey, you're safe with me, don't worry about anything else, we'll make new memories and stuff. And she's like, I want to remember, there's something I needed to tell somebody, I need to remember what that is. And near the end of it, she does end up remembering. She does tell that person what it is that she needs to tell them. And by the end of it, we get to understand Jax a little bit more and Evangeline a little bit more and their like relationship together. So all in all, I really, really enjoyed this series. And I'm not sure if there's going to be a fourth one. I think I saw that there was. But if there is, I'm really excited to see like where the story goes. At the end of this one, though, it didn't seem like it would be more of an Evangeline and Jax storyline. I think they might be exploring like someone else's stories maybe. It kind of like hinted at like expanding the storyline a little bit. And this third one was really interesting because you actually like got to see the different point of views. Like you saw Evangeline's obviously, but then you also see Jax's point of view and you see the prince's point of view, and it's really cool to see like what everyone is thinking. I also want to mention too that this is told from like a third person's point of view, the whole thing, and that is kind of like hard for some people to really like engage with the characters and really like connect with them and stuff, because you're not saying I went here, I did this, I thought that. You're saying Evangeline did this, Evangeline thought, Evangeline blah blah blah. And sometimes it's hard to like follow because they repeat things more than once in a sentence, and that is very like hard to follow. It's very confusing. It's very like you're not able to connect with the characters as much as you would if like it was told from a first person point of view, which is fine, but like for me, I'd feel like I would have enjoyed it like that much better if I saw it from a first person point of view. But I really enjoyed the series and I look forward to seeing what she puts out next. That'll bring us to the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have read this series or any of these Caraval or Once Upon a Broken Heart or whatever, let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought of it. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and thank you again so much for watching, and we'll see you the next time. Bye.